Ooh, bright lights. Oh, there we go. Hiya, folks. This is Chris Freet, the founder of Marriage Formula. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. I was at the gym today working out, believe it or not, when I happened to see a bunch of they're in town for a show tonight. So they were working out at the gym. And I was like, hey, that's pretty damn cool. Because when I was growing up, matter of fact, and I have nothing but the utmost greatest respect for those guys. Because if you don't know anything about professional wrestlers, becoming one is an extremely difficult journey. And it takes a whole lot of will and determination and perseverance to get to any kind of superstar status or to the big show, to tell you the truth. And so I had nothing but mad respect for those guys, and I took a couple of them aside and said, well, thank you very much for doing what you do and for being a positive influence to show the kids that if you pursue or you want something bad enough, you can achieve it. And so that got me to thinking today about why I liked professional wrestling so very much, and it was because I think when I still is to this day, but with wrestling especially, you have the heroes, you have the good guys, and you have the bad guys, and it's much like when I read, or when I was little or smaller, I would read nothing but science. I would read nothing but fantasy, not science fiction, but fantasy. And there's a whole lot of knights in shining armor, a whole lot of dragons, a whole lot of princesses that needed being rescued. And don't get me wrong, there's lots of strong female characters involved, and the heroines and everything else like that. And I finally put two and two together today, and I was like, well, you know what? Wrestling and the fantasy knights in shining armor thing, thank you. It takes a lot of time to get the pepper going. Anyways, so you have heroes and you have villains, and don't get me wrong, I like a good villain and everything else, but I always envisioned myself as one of the hero types. And you know, it's funny, in a subconscious way, it's carried me over into real life. I try my absolute damnedest to be a hero for my wife. I try to keep myself on a pedestal for herself, and that's where I'm coming from for a lot of the stuff that I do with the Men's Marriage Formula. For those of you who don't know what the Men's Marriage Formula is, the easiest way is it's a series, or it's a bunch of material that I'm putting out there to try to get couples reconnected again. So the analogy that I use is when you guys first start off, when you start dating and you first get married, you're like this. You can't get enough of each other and everything else. But as time goes by and you start having kids and you got careers and everything else, this becomes this, and you have two individuals. And in a lot of cases, especially in North American society, this starts stretching, and very soon, you get to a breaking point, and a lot of people don't give up at this point, and that's when they go their separate ways, find divorce. So I want to catch people when they're like this and get them reconnected to get back to this stage. And I'm a very strong proponent. Like if you're happy at your house, if you're happy with your marriage, if you're happy with your relationship, if you're happy with your family and your kids and relationship with the kids and the whole nine yards, well then. It's an extremely strong base for you to, and it will affect your outer world. Happy at home, you know, your outlook on life is so much easier. So back to my little story. I want to be in the heroes and the villains kind of thing, and I want to be that Prince Charming. I want to be the one who's. I want to be the one who rescues a damsel in distress. And I'm not saying my wife is a damsel in distress by any means, but how I can be a hero to her is to be there and to offer her and to do a whole lot of little things to make her feel special. And I try to do that every single day. and I think and I know she appreciates what I try to do for her, and it makes our relationship extremely strong. And she reciprocates. She tries to do a lot of things to make my life special as well. And it's a wonderful game that if you're doing something for each other, your relationship just gets to be that much easier. I'm kind of forgot what the rest I'm going to be talking about tonight, so I'm going to be turning this off. But thank you very much for the hearts and for the comments, and whoever watches the replay, thank you very much. You can always swipe up and share. That would be good if you're on an Android platform. Otherwise, just swipe to the left, and if you're on the iPhone and press share, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm looking to expand my reach, so if you guys can help me out, that would be greatly appreciated. You can find me on Facebook at Men's Marriage Formula. I also have a website, which is www.mensmarriageformula.com. I put all my Periscope, I upload all my Periscope videos there, comments and all, for you to look at. So in case you happen to miss a replay and you like what I'm saying, you can always check me out there. I also have a YouTube channel, but we're fighting right now because apparently the material I have in these kind of videos, they're finding it that I'm violating their community guidelines. So henceforth, I got strike 2, and I now have a suspended account for 2 weeks. But I've appealed those sentences and seeing if I can get back up and running a little bit earlier. So I will be. Once my account gets going again, I will be posting all my Periscope videos there, so you can follow along. You can also catch me on Instagram at Men's Marriage Formula. I'm doing 2 little themes right now. One of them is being a hero to your wife. Every day I try to give a tip for something you can do for your wife to make you look like a hero. And I also have a theme going on with how well do you know your wife? And every day I ask a question about something that you should know about your wife. By knowing that information, you can make her life a whole lot easier and a whole lot more special. So anyways, thank you very much for tuning in tonight, guys. And I look forward to doing this again tomorrow. Have yourselves a wonderful Friday night and a great weekend as well. Take care.